Bayern 5-0 win. The final's in Munich, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It is in Munich.
Yeah!
Indeed. Yep, so Bayern through to the next round where they will face Inter Milan. Jürgen is still with us. Jürgen, overall, how much was this Bayern being brilliant, and how much, as Craig said, did Bayer Leverkusen let themselves down?
Well, I mean, Bayern has been brilliant over both games and goes through a very, very positive moment. But I think, you know, as I mentioned before, how important confidence is right now at that stage in the Champions League. They went into this game. There was no doubt about it that they're going to win or go through. I think, you know, it hurt Bayer Leverkusen a lot that they lost on the weekend Florian Wirtz to an injury. And you could see that in the body language of the Bayer Leverkusen players. They never really believed in turning things around. They had a couple of good chances, especially Patrick Schick, but never with the determination. They were never clinical to utilize their chances, and that's a confidence issue. So this Bayern Munich, they want to go far. I think they're on top of their game right now. They are confident. They deserve every compliment, but now obviously hitting Inter Milan in the next round, that's going to be a real a thrill to watch for all of us.
Should Alonso have left last season?
Yes.
Really? I wasn't expecting that answer.
Hold on. Hold on. Yes is a short answer. Why he stayed is because he thought, you know what, I just had a historical season with Bayer Leverkusen. My team is coming back. I'm growing into this role. I want to defend our title, and I want to be part of that picture. Was there really an opportunity for him to go to Liverpool? We don't know that. But certainly when you think about what may have been out there for him, and did he think he was ready to go ahead and take on that opportunity? When you think what has happened, and now you're looking back, you go, man, was this a wasted chance? But I do think that there are going to be opportunities for him in the future anyway.
His stock hasn't dipped?
Well, in my mind, I think he has this year, over the course of the season, as I said last week, he has done a job of overthinking things and trying to tinker and change things and continue to change things and modify things and this, that, and the other. And let's just look at this week. This was supposed to be the biggest week for Bayer Leverkusen this season, given the fact that, as Jürgen just mentioned, Bundesliga is gone. So this week, critically important. 2 matches against Bayern Munich, and then in the weekend it was Werder Bremen to try to stay in contact in Bundesliga. 3-0, 2-0, 2-0 losses. 7 goals allowed, no goals scored in the biggest week for you if you're Bayer Leverkusen. It is incredibly disappointing in terms of the level of performance of Bayer Leverkusen and the fact that when it came down to it, Bayern Munich seemed to be tougher, stronger, not only physically, but mentally. I think more importantly, mentally. And today, as a proof of that, if you will, look at the performances of guys like Leon Goretzka, Joshua Kimmich. Whenever there were moments in which Leverkusen was about to get out in transition, sliding challenge, cut out the danger, there's no hope for you. Bayern Munich never gave hope to Bayer Leverkusen. And to Jürgen's point, Leverkusen didn't have the confidence to begin with, and so therefore, they're out.
But I don't think... No, he will absolutely be better next year, having gone through this year. You know, coaching is about making decisions. And when you are at a team and every decision you make goes right and you're winning every competition and you're winning the league and everything's dead easy, until you start losing and getting decisions wrong, that's when you start learning more.
Right.
Or just as much. And so the fact that he's doing that now will absolutely put him in a good spot to take the next step to the Bayern Munich or to Liverpool or wherever it is. So it's easy when you're winning, but making decisions when you're losing is when you really learn that
I don't
stuff.
think anybody thought that Bayer Leverkusen were going to have the same season as last year. I think it was nigh on impossible, particularly when you're scoring as many late winners as they did. That hasn't got longevity. So I don't think it's a great... It's slightly disappointing that the title race is not closer, but I don't think it's a big surprise that he's not able to get the same out of the same players, basically, as he did last year. And it is a learning curve for him. Can I just go back to Harry Kane quickly? It's not so much games like this, but it's the games that are coming up, you know, this Inter game, and it's why you go to Bayern Munich, isn't it?
Yep.
You go to win titles, which, you know, they didn't do last year, which was a surprise, but then it was a great story from Leverkusen. But you know when you go to Bayern that but for a calamity, you're probably going to be in at least the quarters, maybe the semis, you might go all the way. It's why you go there as a player. And let's, you know, and if they don't win it, it's probably not going to be because of the front line or their midfield. Maybe it will be, but it's probably because they're a little bit more deficient in other areas. But it's moments like this when he was criticised all these years for staying at Tottenham as long as he did. It's why you make this move to such big
Don
clubs.
still says he's staying at Tottenham because he wants to break the Premier League goal scorer.
Well, people keep talking about this. That's the Premier League goal scoring record that Erling Haaland is going to probably smash out the field at some point. So, yeah, he's vindicated in going there because he's going to be playing in these big moments, in these elite-level matches. And as Jürgen said, the Inter game, because they're going to have three at the back, and he's going to be a marked man, mark my word. They're going to try and rough him up, and we know they can do it. But it's moments that's why you go to these clubs. Unfortunately for us as Scotsmen, he had a poor Euros. Yeah. But there you go. Great. He's back in form. Happy days.
Just one last thing, Jürgen, about this, just reflecting what Stevie said about Alonso. Do you need to go through this as a manager? You need this period to grow?
Absolutely. I mean, this is really vital in your process to become a better manager, to go through those stretches. That's why I was really happy when he decided to stay in Leverkusen. He will get enough offers down the road from big teams. I have no doubts about it because he is a very, very good and talented coach. But you need to go now through these periods where things don't work out your way. You had to struggle now with a couple of injuries. Now, obviously, the key injury now was Florian Wirtz. But he also had his Bayer Leverkusen team last year run above 100%. I mean, every single player was going far beyond his capabilities, and that's how they won games. I don't know how many games they won in the last second of the game, in the 93rd, 95th minute. And it was impossible to repeat that. And he still stayed on. He said, you know what, let's see how far we can take it this year. He's still doing well, respectively well in the Bundesliga, and took the team further now in the Champions League. But for his learning experience, for growing as a person and as a manager, this was vital, or is vital still, you know, and going through those moments. And then down the road, I mean, there will be big clubs coming up for him, no doubt about it.